don't slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, set, 30 base. Protein spill.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check three.
Mixon with a first down carry. There he goes again, and down to the 28-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
At the Titans' 25-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me. Two-jet bomber.
It's Mixon on the counter. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
70, Indy. Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Kill, turn out.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert, he's got Smith here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the play fake. Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Rashad Penny. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Houston on the stop. A gain of 4 yards. First down, Bills.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
On the ready.
15. 3 ball.
Yo, go. Switch. 6-6, pull it high. Get it.
On first down, Mixon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, exit.
Lights 50.
On second down, this is Jackson. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check.
61, matchbox lights.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Save.
Mixon. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now!
Back to Mixon on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Hicks. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Give to Cook out of the gun. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
18 Gator.
I got trick this side. We got 3. Kid, 33, kid.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Zoo!
Another try for Mixon. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2nd and 4. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, high 7.
Here's the 2nd and 7. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
His guys take over 1st
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Gotta do better. Come on, go.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 26. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 26. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Now they run with Mixon. And some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bills have retaken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Off play action. Herbert looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert got him in. It's Brown. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
50 the mic. Let's go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch the
Again, it's Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw. Herbert. That's taken in by Callaway. First down, Titans, gain of 12. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Well, this is Callaway on the receiving end. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
His throw caught at about the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Herbert, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 55, Mike.
They run the counter. Mixon. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
70, Indy.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Once again, they run with Mixon. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen. And you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
I'm coming after you.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. He was looking for Matthews that time.
Well, that's the danger of throwing the ball to that part of the field, because if it does get picked off, as we just saw there, they can run a long way. They're actually fortunate they didn't give up a touchdown in addition.
On first down. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Check 55 the bike. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Bills, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for